Alright, so I get a lot of questions from my coworkers and friends about how I clean my gar, so I thought I'd show you guys today. You're going to need a real sharp fillet knife, and you're going to need a tin snips. Disclaimer ahead of time, if you've got animals around, these big females, and I try to only shoot the big females because they're the only ones worth cleaning. They're full of these little gray eggs. Don't let your animals get into them, they're toxic. Make sure you wash them all out of the meat before you eat the meat. It's usually not a problem, but keep an eye on that. So if you get closer, Faith, these gar, their scales are super hard. The Indians used to make arrow tips out of them. You're not going to get through them cutting with your knife. What you need to do is start your knife behind one and get one flipped back and get in behind just the scale there behind the head, and you'll follow the ridge of scales up. Get it open. And their scales run in a V pattern all the way down their back. So what you'll do is you'll get to the tip of that V and then start on the same row of scales on the other side. Get that opened up. Then you'll get a nice clean break there behind the head. You can take that, try not to grip them by the bill, the teeth will get you. Break the back, let's get it freed up a little bit. Okay, you can wait to make this cut, but I like to do it right away. Then you do the same thing just ahead of this anal fin, and I'm not sure what that fin's called. This cut's a little trickier because they try to slide away from you because you're going with the grain of the scales. So I got my knife in there. Do the same thing. Follow it up to the point of that V. Cutting that whole thing loose in there. Flip it over. See where the V starts on the other side. Get your knife in underneath it. Free her down. Break it here too. Or you can wait till you get back there. Okay. Now, this is where the tin snips cut in, because again, you're not going to cut through these scales with your knife. Free that up so you can get the bottom jaw of the tin snips into that body cavity. And you'll see how you're going to want to follow kind of his lateral line there. And you're going to clip him through the ribs and the skin right down his side here. You'll hear them scales and them ribs clicking in there. Yeah, there's them eggs. I'll show you guys them eggs in a second. This one is chock full of them. That egg sac will run all the way from here all the way to the back of her body. I honestly don't know how they fit their regular organs in there. You'll go all the way back to that cut you made. Flip it over, do the same thing on the other side. Might have to free it up a little bit to get in there. Follow that lateral line the best you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. You know, if you guys are shooting a native fish species and you're not doing anything with them, at least some kind of use, shame on you. There's no reason for it. I see it with the carp, but when you get your buffalo and your gar and your dogfish, you're not going to do something with them. Don't shoot them. They belong here. Cool. Take that whole piece. Look at that egg sac. All them eggs. Peel the whole. Try not to break them open. They do. Peel the whole thing out. Break this here. Give it a twist. There's your good piece. This grows vegetables. many of them eggs. I'm in a part of the yard where the dog can't get at them. Now this part, you know, you'd clean these guts out like you would with a trout, this little stuff here. You don't have to take these ribs out, but I found that it makes things a lot easier when you go to cook them and eat them. So I just get my knife in with the blade up, cutting up into them ribs so I'm not cutting down into the meat or as little as possible. And I start freeing them ribs out. I don't know how long my phone's going to record here, so I'm only going to do it on one side. You get the gist of it. And then you'll take it and you'll peel these ribs back best you can and just kind of follow them ribs. Just like you're taking a back strap out of a deer. Follow them ribs the best you can until you get right down to where the top of the spine meets the skin. And you'll feel it. You'll do that all the way down on each side, and then you'll take that spine and it'll peel right out. Free up one side. Anyway, I'll wrap this up because I don't know if my phone's gonna stop recording. So anyway, you do the same thing on the other side. You peel that out, and what you're left here with is two nice back straps of meat inside this skin. Now I'll take this and rinse this real good. Put it on the grill, skin side down. A couple chunks of butter in there, season it with whatever you like, and you cook it on the grill until that meat just starts peeling free of that skin. Then you know it's done. It'll have a consistency kind of like chicken. Don't expect it to taste like walleye. And that's about it. Then you just pick it out of that shell. They come in their own cook pot. Be a good fish to cook on the campfire too. So make sure you rinse all the eggs out, and that's it. It's pretty easy. See you later.